They're doing the writing for my movie and stuff. I haven't seen it or anything, but it's gonna be pretty wild.
Who's playing you in a movie?
I don't know. There's been various people, but most likely when Jamie
Foxx
Foxx to do it.
He could do it. He could do anything.
He could do anything.
Anything.
Right?
That guy could be the fucking president of the United States. He could be a pilot that goes to the moon. He could do whatever the fuck he wants.
I want him to do it. Yeah.
He could do whatever he wants. He'll probably bulk up like crazy too to do it.
And here's a quick picture of what I look like.
Wow.
So now
it looks like young Mike right there.
Young Mike. And here's the other one. There we go. We on our way.
Incredible.
Hello, Bush here. 2020 gets crazier and crazier. You know that Tyson movie Jamie said would happen 6 years ago? 6 fucking years ago? It may be possible. Now, nothing left to do but to survive coronavirus, aliens, World War III, and cops. Until after this film hits VOD in 2022. Haha! But before I go into the details, be sure to like, comment, and sub to the channel for more news, podcast, movie reviews, TV, and etc. 2014 was the first time Jamie Foxx discussed the film. At that time, the comedian was on a press tour promoting various other projects, music, movies, comedy, you name it. However, he still found time to discuss Tyson, which made me a believer. I believed it would happen. I believed that it would happen soon, but here we are. Due to numerous delays and other issues, the project was shelved, like those second stimulus checks. And usually when a film gets shelved, it doesn't work out so well. Ain't that right, Artemis Fowl? But given that it's a biopic, it's more difficult to fuck up. So there was still hope to cling to, despite all the problems. And hope is all we had until recently.
As a super fan of Mike Tyson, and you did a little imitation earlier, I'm not going to make you do one now, but you can if you want, obviously.
Yeah.
But so I saw Mike a year ago at his ranch, and I said, the Tyson movie happening? He goes, I think so. Yeah. Then I saw you a couple weeks or a month later, and you're like, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now I think it's going to happen again, but can you just give me a definitive yes? And
it's a
when,
definitive.
and how is it going?
It's a definitive yes. And the reason that it's a yes, because look, doing biographies is a tough thing. Sometimes it takes 20 years to get them done.
Great interview, by the way. They touched on a number of topics, the media, BLM, and of course, Jamie Foxx tells the same 3 stories he tells in every interview over and over again. And the shit never gets old. It never gets old. And at the tail end of that discussion, Mark asked Jamie about the Tyson movie. Was it still happening? Giving voice to the uncertainty of the project. Foxx immediately says it is definitely happening. He even showed evidence. Damn. And there really isn't much to say. This is great news. This is great because the 1995 film left a lot to be desired. Michael Jai White's portrayal wasn't bad, but incomplete. They leaned heavy towards the image reflected in the media, with only a small portion of sensitive bits. It more so showcased the bravado, but lacks the humility we see in his later years.
No, you won't be needing that, man.
You heard Whitey. When Whitey say jump, niggas say how high. When Whitey say fight, niggas say how long. When Whitey say to the death nigga, niggas say, oh yes sir, massa.
Come on, motherfucker. Come on, do your job, man. Hit me. Oh, I'm touched. Come on, motherfucker. You can't hit. Spit it. Hey. Man, you ain't shit. Well, hit me like you got some balls, motherfucker. Come on, hit me. Ooh, you almost knocked me out. You got one more chance, motherfucker. One more.
Oh, come on, Mike. This is fucked up. Rooney, what the fuck's happening, man?
Oh. Hey, what the Jesus?
So we only get 12 years of his life, including 7 from his boxing career. Imagine if it came out after he bit Holyfield's ear or Lennox Lewis' leg. Movie would have been way more devilish and menacing. Mike Tyson's villainy would have been cartoonish. But luckily that didn't happen. And overall, the film was okay for a Lifetime sitcom. Now we get to see the rest of his career play out, the completed picture, with a better actor. That's not to say Michael Jai White was bad. Hell, he was the best part of the 90s film. I'm just hoping we get the same Oscar-winning performance that went into Ray. With all that being said, still no word on the director for this project. Martin Scorsese was in talks to direct early on. Things just didn't work out. So I'm excited, but not a dummy. I'm not trying to sour the punch bowl, but this shit has no director, no producer, no studio, no actors aside from Foxx. All we got is fat material for groupies. Hopefully Jamie Foxx releases more material and we get word on a director and other actors. Until then, I'm not buying any of this.
The camera is high, but not as high as the heavens, just above the trees, and it's snaking through New York. Somewhere in New York, and it's cold and people are on their way to work. It's just one camera and you hear focus mitts being hit in the distance, and it's just capturing regular day, blue collar people, you know what I'm saying, in the hood. It's just regular, you know, people on their way somewhere. And then we get up to this boxing gym, we see the doors and the camera stops and you hear the doors open magically, camera snakes in, and we see in the distance a hulking figure holding focus mitts and a little kid hitting the mitts. And you hear the kid asking the hulking figure, "My dad said you were amazing. My dad said you was one of the best. You was boss. You was this, you was that." And you hear the person's voice, "Don't worry about what your dad said. Just throw the right. Make sure you keep your left though. Get your head knocked off." And as the camera gets closer, you see that it's now Mike Tyson. "No, but my dad said," "I'm going to tell you one time, don't say anything about your dad. I don't care. That was back in the day. Just throw the left. And when you shoot the right, shoot it with authority. Shoot like you mean it." And he throws it right and he hits Mike, and Mike acts like he's falling in super slow motion. And when he hits the ground, ding, 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 he's back at the last fight. He got knocked out. And he's he's there. And as you see him, the last fight, he's on the ground and he rests back on the ropes and he sees everybody talking shit. Everybody saying, "Get up, Mike." Some people saying you a bum. Some people saying all the things that people were saying, because we were split at that time. And he rests back on the rope, spits his mouthpiece out, and it goes calm. And you just hear, and he's saying, "I'm done with all of this." And all of a sudden, just as we relax into that moment, the ref comes up, 1, 2,
Yeah.
and we flash back to the young Mike Tyson. That's how it opens.
So
Yo, when's this come out though? We ain't got a release date?
It's coming.